Winter is on the way.
And the News 8 Storm Team wants you to be ready.
We have you covered with what kinds of storms to expect, how to prepare before the snow starts to fall,
And how to stay safe after.
The Susquehanna Valley's most experienced storm team has your winter weather outlook, starting now.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Joe Calhoun.
And I'm meteorologist Christine Ferreira. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.
The winter weather, I'll tell you, everybody gets real excited when they start hearing about those storms, and I know they can be very impactful to folks.
Exactly, especially for commuting. And, whether you love it or hate it, winter's on the way. We have so much to prepare you tonight. Watches, warnings, advisories. We're taking a look at school closings and a look inside PennDOT as well.
Well, and of course, at the end, in the next half hour, we're going to have our winter weather outlook, and we'll give you what we think you could expect for this winter. But in the meantime, you've heard me for years talk about the 3 C's, the 3 type of winter storms. Here's Matt Moore.
Well, it's almost that time of the year. Winter weather will soon be upon us with snow, sleet, and yes, freezing rain too. The storms that produce this wintry weather fall into 3 main categories. We call them the 3 C's of Susquehanna Valley winter storms: clippers, cutters, and coastals. First, we're going to talk about clippers. The full name of these storms is Alberta clippers. Alberta because the storms descend from that province in Canada. Clipper refers to the 19th century ships, the fastest of that time. Like the name suggests, these storms are quick movers and typically bring minor amounts of snow to our region. Oftentimes, these storms give us a fresh blast of cold air. All right, moving on to cutters now. These are storm systems that dig down deep into the southeastern United States. They draw in unseasonably mild air, and then they make a hard cut to the north into the Midwest or the Ohio Valley. Storms like these create more of a rainy scenario for us, depending on the depth of the cold air, and can result in some wintry weather to start. Finally, there is the coastal storm. Like cutter storms, these ones dig into the southeast U.S., gather Gulf of Mexico moisture, and if there is high pressure to block an inland track, the storm will travel along the coast rather than cut inland. This puts the Susquehanna Valley on the cold side of the storm. Combine that with tropical moisture, and you've got a recipe for a major snowstorm. However, not all coastal storms are alike. A storm that hugs the coast will draw in warmer ocean air, as you see here in the graphic, bringing us a wintry mix and, yes, lower snow totals. When these storms track far enough to our east, we actually see very little snow as the heaviest misses to our east as well. Coastal storms that track just a few hundred miles off the coast bring us the biggest snowfalls. And take a look, our top 5 biggest snowstorms all came from coastal storms, including the whopper record-breaking storm from January 2016. As we go into the winter season, the News 8 Storm Team will keep you up to date on any clipper, cutter, and coastal storms that may head our way. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. One of the hardest things we have to forecast is often the precipitation type. The track of the winter storms across the Susquehanna Valley plays a huge part in what we see, plus so does the temperatures. Here's meteorologist Ethan Houston.
There are 4 basic types of precipitation we see in the winter. We get rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. And what type of precipitation we see is caused by the difference in temperature between the base of the cloud and the ground. Most precipitation in the winter starts as snow falling from the cloud. If this snow hits air above freezing, it begins to melt. If the column of air is entirely above freezing from cloud to ground, we simply see rain. Freezing rain occurs when snow travels through a layer of air that is above freezing and melts, but then it hits a very thin layer of freezing cold air at the surface. This is when we see our ice storms. Sleet occurs when there is warmer air closer to the base of the cloud and not the ground. Snow falls through this wedge of warmer air, it partially melts and then refreezes as the small ice pellet before it hits the ground. When snow travels for all or most of its journey in air below freezing, we get snow. Back to you.
The National Weather Service issues watches and warnings and advisories. Matt Moore explains what you need to know.
Heading into winter storm season, it's important to know the differences in the winter alerts issued by the National Weather Service. Let's start with one of the least severe alerts, a winter weather advisory. These are typically issued for storms that are really just a nuisance, and snow amounts have to meet the 2 to 3 inch criteria or be a mix of sleet and snow with just a trace of ice. All right, moving on to a winter storm watch. This is issued when an impactful storm is possible and means that an upgrade to a warning may be needed within 24 to 48 hours, which of course takes us to that winter storm warning. These are issued when an impactful winter storm is imminent. For an all-snow storm, 5 to 6 inches of snow must fall. fall. A winter storm warning will also be issued for a wintry mix, including at least a 1/4 inch of ice with any snow or sleet mixed in. All right, that covers all of the snowstorms or a wintry mix. But what about only freezing rain? A freezing rain advisory will be issued if just a trace could fall. That's it. An ice storm warning, though, is more significant and will be issued if at least a 1/4 inch of freezing rain is expected. And this year, a new alert will be issued for a specific type of winter weather that very few areas in the United States experience. Ethan Houston explains.
Thanks, Matt. Snow squalls come quickly, creating whiteout conditions that can be deadly, especially for drivers on the road. On January 30th, a snow squall on Interstate 83 in York County led to this 50-car pileup, killing a truck driver. In 2016, 3 people died after a snow squall hit I-78 in Bethel Township in Lebanon County. National Weather Service meteorologist Greg DeVore says these kinds of deadly crashes led to creating a snow squall warning.
It really got us thinking about how we can distribute short-fused information to travelers on highways so that they know they're driving into harm's way.
DeVore says a few offices of the National Weather Service will likely start issuing snow squall warnings. These new warnings will look a lot like a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning. Here's an example of a severe thunderstorm warning on Super Doppler 8. The yellow box ahead of the line of storms is the warning. A snow squall warning will also have a warning box ahead of the squall, so you know when and where the squall may soon hit, and the warning will last 30 minutes to an hour. DeVore says this new warning will help alert police and road crews so they can slow down traffic or possibly treat roads before a squall hits. The National Weather Service is working with PennDOT and Pima to broadcast warnings on highway road signs. The new warning will launch January 3rd.
We try to be really responsible with our winter forecasting. Sometimes you're going to hear snowfall forecast a week, 10 days out. But here's what we do when the snowstorm becomes somewhat evident. We'll try and time it out for you, maybe 5-7 days down the road. Try to give you some of the impacts from the storm, and we'll give you some of the factors that we're looking at in terms of the forecast. When we get a little closer, we'll give you more of the storm potential, its impact, its timing a little more specifically, and try to hash out some of the travel issues you might have, and try and again fine-tune those factors to the storm. As we get even closer though to the storm, that's when we give you that storm potential. Here are the different categories of storms that we look at. Low impact storms, more the slippery nuisance off-peak hour storms. The moderate impact storms are more of the plowable kind of snow, maybe some ice, more during the peak hours. You can get an inch of snow at rush hour, and that could really be a high impact. Now, difficult travel and significant delays come with a high impact storm, heavy snow, and again, during those peak busy hours. When you get to those major big storms, it doesn't matter when they come, they are certainly going to give us a lot of troubles in terms of travel and road closures. So that's how we do it. We think it's a little more responsible, and hopefully you'll rely on us this winter to give you that winter forecast. Still to come, our winter weather outlook, plus what you can do right now to get your home and car ready. As we head to break, what's the most snow we ever had in one year? I'll have that answer for you coming up.